This looks good.
It looks good. I like it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, Soul Seekers. I'm one of your soul guides, Patricia Wolfson.
Hello, welcome. I am Linda Krause-Barnett, and I am one of your soul guides. And today, Trish and I are fired up about this topic. We were talking a little bit before we went live and kind of trying to determine what we felt called to talk about today. And in our conversation, I brought up something that has been in my heart and on my mind, and it was the concept of like constantly needing affirmation and confirmation that the universe has my back and is supporting me. So I'm constantly, no matter what signs I get, no matter what synchronicities take place and how aligned my life could be, or even wanting something and not getting it. And later down the road, you see the big picture as to why. No matter how much things lined up for me, I find myself consistently needing to be reassured and consistently needing the universe to show me that I'm not alone, that it has my back, that I'm loved and supported. And in conversation, I said, this is the craziest thing, because it's like, I do for my kids all day long. I love them. I spoil them. I nurture them. I care for them. I take care of the home and their food. And the analogy that I had in my mind is like, what if every day when my kids woke up, they looked me in the eye and said, prove to me that you love me. I need you to prove to me that you love me today. And if each day, no matter what I did or how much love I showed, they still started the new day needing that. And of course they need our love, but they know, they feel it, they trust it. And yet we don't give that reverence to the universe. We don't go into new situations or scary situations and say, yeah, this is scary or challenging and I'm afraid, but I trust you. You have proven your love before. You have shown me signs that you exist and that you're there. And that no matter what I think is not working out for me, the truth is that you are choreographing my very best life. And I trust you, and I'm just going to go with the flow and believe that this is working out for me. At least personally for me, I can say that I don't often feel that way. I constantly, Tristan and I'll get on and I'm like, I saw a redbird, I saw a bluebird, I saw 333, I saw 444, 222.
I saw peacocks today.
I saw peacocks. I got a message. I got, the universe is listening. But like, Linda, it's always listening. It's always caring for you. You're always on the grid. And what would be enough? What would it take for you to know that it's always working for you? You're never, it's like we worry that I always think to myself, like, I want that veil to part. It's like in A Wrinkle in Time. I want to tessellate. I just want to look at something and watch all the veils kind of go away. But the thing is, I'm holding the freaking curtain. It's like I'm holding it and I'm like, why won't you move over? But like, I refuse to move my perspective. And I think that this idea of like, we asked ourselves today, what would it take? What big freaking sign would the universe need to provide you for you to say, you know what? Now I know that you love me. Now I believe that you're here for me, because that sign, that was the one, like it's never the one. Always need more. And at some point we have to build this trusting relationship. And I feel like we're constantly kind of putting out there that it's not enough. Do more, give me more, show me more. And I don't know if there's a limit to that. I don't know when it would ever be enough. And I'm really questioning that.
It's funny because as you're talking, there were other things that we had talked about that I was going to, bring up and use as examples, which I still will come back to. But I think part of the challenge is that there is, it really is like a parent-child relationship that I see, except in this case, the parent does not just give you what you want. The parent kind of sits back and supports you fully as you figure things out on your own. And the truth is that we have a lot of the power. We have all the power, and that's why that's the whole free will thing. And the power is in our perspective and how we look at things, and how what actions we take based on the direction that we want to head. And it's really important that we keep that in mind, that like, yes, the universe is supporting us, and we ask for the signs to know that we're on the right track, almost like you would look at your parent and say, like, what do you think? Like, do you think that this is a good way? And you want, like, that the person that you trust the most, which, may be your parent, or in this case, we're talking about the universe. You want the universe to go, yes, keep going. And that is alignment, and that is seeing the signs, is when you are in your flow. But you also have the power to put up roadblocks. And I think that's why it's so difficult for us, because we're like, okay, do I have free will? Is it orchestrated for me by the universe? Like, what? And you're constantly going back and forth because, and it depends on your beliefs, and it depends on, what you subscribe to in whether, religious subscription, or your spiritual subscription, or how you view life. You may believe many different things, but I do believe that there is like a universal thing happening where there is a power much greater than us. And I also believe that we can put up roadblocks and clear roadblocks in the direction that we want to go. And so, like, what would be enough is really a question of, when do we feel connected enough to ourselves to understand our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with the universe? Like, that's really the question. Like, when are you enough? Like, when do you trust yourself enough that it's like, this thing isn't working out for me, but I'm going to figure it out. And I know the universe has my back. It's both. It's both. You have the power to say, like, I want this, and I want this so badly, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. That when it doesn't work out, you also have faith that you're going to find another way. And along that way, which I do believe is highlighted by the universe, because you're like, okay, this is roadblocked. So then you go this way and something kind of happens, and it's the universe redirecting you to the place that you want to go. And if you're always in faith that you will get to where you need to go, because you have utmost trust in yourself and in the universe, because we're connected, right? Like, we're ultimately always connected to the source, right? The source of all is within us. It's not like there's the source and here's us. It's like we are completely interconnected. And when we lose faith in ourselves, we are also losing faith in source or God or whatever it is you believe in. So what would be enough? You have to decide along the way, because everybody who's watching right now, and Linda and I for sure, you have moments in your life, you have examples of moments in your life where one example is where you really thought that you couldn't get through something, like the worst experience of your life, and we all have the worst experience of our lives, and you thought you couldn't get through it, yet here you are, still here, still standing, and you got past it. And you also have the example of the best moment of your life, where you were like, holy crap, I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe I was able to do this or accomplish this. And then once you accomplish it, you throw it out the window, because it's like, well, I guess I did it, so it's no big deal anymore. You forget how big a deal it was to get into the college of your choice. You forget how big a deal it was to be able to get pregnant when you thought you wouldn't. Or, you forget what a big deal it was. I mean, these are things that, that was for me. So for you, it's going to be something different. You can't believe that, you did something else, or you got your dream job that you never thought you could. 10 years down the road, you're like, well, it's still my dream job. It's it's some of the magic has been released from it. So you don't remember how special it was at the time.
And it's also like, it's very analogous to a parent-child relationship. I think like our connection to source, you know, as like us being used divine, in the same way that like, you know, how hypocritical, at least for me, I will always just say for me, even though I know like so many people out there do this, because it's like we all do it, but I'll go ahead and take the hit. But you know, I 1,000 times a day, I say to my kids, like, could you please, like, you know, whatever it is, take your lunchbox out of your bag and undo it. And then I try to give them the reason, right? Like, I don't want it to stink up. I don't want it to get old. And it's like, am I talking to myself? Because no matter what I say, no one's listening. And it's like, I know the words are coming out of my mouth, and you have ears. And, but it's like the same thing with my connection to source. It's like, you know, you're good enough. You're loved enough. You're valued. You're worthy. And yet, you know, it's like if when I hear it, I go, la, 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 I'm not listening, you know, but then we bitch and complain that like, oh, I can't connect to myself. Like, I can't meditate. I don't know what I'm, it's too loud to hear. But it's like, well, shut up. You know, maybe you could hear something if you stop thinking, because thoughts are as loud, you know, it's as if you're talking over when you think so much instead of feel so much. It's no different than someone interrupting you and talking over you, because you cannot hear your heart if all you can hear are your thoughts. Yeah. And your thoughts should not guide you as much as your heart should. I think it's all, we've got it, you know, like I know Joe Dispenza talks about the heart-mind connection, and he says it really much better than I can, if anybody feels called to watch him on YouTube. But, you know, it's like it starts here and it emanates out. And this should be guided by this. It's not like this guides that, because this is all stuck in our limiting beliefs, and it's stuck in our ego, and it's stuck in our fears. And, you know, when I'm loved, I feel powerful. When Trish loves me, when my kids love me, when my husband loves me, in those moments when I'm with them, I feel like I can take on the world. As soon as I go into my headspace and I start making logistics out of a heart-centered feeling, nothing makes any sense anymore. And I lose my way.
Yeah. It's, I really like how you said, I like it's tuning in. And what I was going to say is, you know, and we will talk about it on the show this week when we interview Shayna, that it's like our mind is literally picking up electrical impulses. So not only are we picking up, you know, are we responding based on our limiting beliefs, which is the filter through which we view the world, our limiting beliefs. So if we believe that we're not going to get anywhere, or if we believe that, you know, like we're going to only support the experiences that in turn support that limiting belief. So anything that happens outside of that limiting belief, we're like, oh, yeah, that was a fluke. Or, well, you know, I guess, you know, right place, right time. And it's like, no, that is just as much your birthright as screwing up, you know, because people are like, oh, well, that's just my life. Everything just always falls apart. You're easily believe everything falls apart, but you don't easily believe, maybe you are not, don't as easily believe that everything comes together. So when everything falls apart and supports that limiting belief, we're like, oh, see, there's proof, evidence that everything falls apart for me. But yet when those things work out for us, we don't go, hey, everything worked out. Oh my God, maybe I'm on a trajectory of success. No, we're like, nope, shoe's gonna drop, I'm ready. And then we end up manifesting that, because that is what we're looking for. That is what we're focusing on. And that's what we're putting into the universe, the energy that we're putting into the universe.
And you and I kind of, it wasn't, we had originally like not included this in what we were going to talk about, but I think based on what you said, like it's totally relevant. Is, you know, how many times, like, it's, well, we do it in marriage too, but I'm going to use a dating example because they're easier. But like, you know, when you just meet a guy and you're going on a date and you have an expectation in your mind, like, this is how I think this date is going to go. Yeah. This is how I think this guy is going to kiss or how, whatever the case may be. And then if your reality doesn't match your expectation, you assume that that means it's messed up. Like, oh, see, he's an ass. It didn't, but the thing is that what if our expectations are limited by our point of view? What if our expectations are only what we can see in our, it's like our, like you said, with our children. What if saying no to you is to protect you and it's to guide you in the right direction? So if we can release what we expect and be open to what is available to us, then maybe what the outcome will be even greater than we can imagine. And that will maybe, if we believe that more is possible, then that will be enough. We're like, and we won't be the spoiled little brats who are like, show me, I want a red bird, I want a blue bird. I didn't see a red bird, so I'm not gonna go. It's like, we are those people, and I look for signs, and I'm proud of it. But like, I know if I know I'm being supported, do I have to see the bird? Do I have to see the numbers? If I trust that regardless of whether I see them, the choice is in my best interest, right? So
yes. And also, and we talked about this during our experiments, you can get the sun and choose to go in a different direction.
Which we did.
Which we always do, because we don't like to feel pressured even by the universe to do what we're supposed to do. And that's what it is. That's where it becomes about building a relationship with yourself and building a relationship with the universe. And the reason is that whatever you ask for, what you're focusing on is what you will get. So sometimes you will get the sign that you're looking for or that you think you're looking for. And something inside you is like,
but wait, Trish, I have a question.
Oh, what's your question?
Okay. If what you focus on is what you get, does it matter if you're focused with your head or your heart?
Well, yes.
Mic drop.
It does matter. Because what you focus on in this term, and there's a lot of people who believe a lot of different things in this sense, but it really is your intention. And more so than your intention, it's your vibration attached to it. So if you're focused on, and if you listen to Abraham Hicks, and actually I went to see Oprah on Saturday, and she talked about it too, and she referred to it as intention. What is your intention behind the thought? And Abraham Hicks will say it's your vibration that the universe is responding to, and you cannot lie in your vibration. So if you're like, yeah, I'm focused on making money, all I think about is making money. Why am I still broke? Right? Why do I still have
are you using me as an example?
No, not exactly. But if the shoe fits, wear it proudly. But
rude, Trish.
The vibration underneath that focus of making money is actually the focus of lack. It's not like, I want to make money because it brings you joy. You want to make money because you're like, I don't have it. So the actual vibration is the lack of money. So guess what's going to happen? You're going to attract more situations that prove that you can't make money, because that is the underlying thing that's happening in your vibration, because you can't lie. Just like when you go out on a date, and let's go back to that example, right? And you are dressed, you look amazing, and your date looks amazing, and you're like, yes. And you connect, and it's like, you don't. It's like, like when you kiss and they can't kiss, and you're like, you're just not. And maybe they're amazing kissers to somebody else, but it doesn't work for you. Or maybe whatever it is that you're going through, like you see the person, and you're like, oh my God, they're perfect on paper. And that's happened to me before when I was dating, like where I would see somebody, and on paper they were perfect, good looking, nice job, really sweet. But nothing, nothing. You cannot cheat that connection, that chemistry, and that vibration. And chemistry and vibration is very much the same.
Yeah, it's alchemy. It's literally alchemy, which is magic.
Yes.
Yes. You can't fake magic.
it's science. Like, it literally is, like, you can't. And so that's what makes it so important for you to be aware of what your true intention is and where your real vibration is. And it's why, everybody who's successful, like, Oprah and Michelle Obama, who was also a speaker, and anybody, they talk about the practice of gratitude, because gratitude, joy, those are high vibrational feelings, and you got to raise your vibration in order to get the things that you want. Because it's not about, I desperately want this, and that's where the, our topic, what would be enough? It's enough when you decide that you have enough. And that is a choice where and the thing is that I think people are afraid that if you decide that you have enough, that you won't get more. And that is bullshit.
And I think in this case too, it's asking yourself, what would be enough to wholeheartedly believe and trust that it's all working out, that no matter, and so it's trust. What would be enough connection to source to know that like your kids, or your husband or your partner or your mom or your sister, like, do you need to wake up every morning and say, prove your love, or do you just believe in it? And so I encourage all of you watching. Wow. It's like a big hawk outside.
Really?
What would be enough? I think everybody, if you listen to this and you ask yourself the question, I would love, whether you're watching this on the replay or not, to comment in and tell us, like, what would be enough for you? Do you think it'll ever be enough? Because I got to tell you, with me, I wonder, knowing myself and knowing how much validation I need from God and from source, like, will it ever be enough? Will I always need to be proven?
Maybe.
And so I would love to hear from people and see what their answers to that question are.
I was just thinking, maybe it's about, like, is this enough for today? Like, maybe the problem is that we're thinking, like, this is enough.
Long term.
We're thinking long term. It's like, well, okay, this is enough for right now, but I want more. Like, that's where the doubt comes in, right? We're like, I don't want to feel satisfied, because if I feel satisfied, then I will be stagnant. And satisfaction, true satisfaction, is not the same as stagnation. True satisfaction is like being in your current place, like where you are in life, and being like, you know what? I feel really good. And it may just be today. I feel really good today. I feel healthy. I had a great conversation with my husband. My kids are like, they said really sweet things to me. And maybe it's not even for the day, but for the moment. This is enough for this moment. And if we can, and it's one of the things why it's so important, especially, and I've heard from every source imaginable that knows about cosmic power, that being present is the singular, most important lesson that we need to learn in order to move forward and expand as human beings right now in this time and place. But it's like, right now, I have enough, right? Right now in this moment.
And a good thing to do, if I can just piggyback off you, is because truth be known, in this moment, there might be places where I don't feel like it's enough. But what if we could look at places in this moment that are, like, right now I have enough oxygen to breathe. And if that's your only focus, then so be it. Right now I have enough water to drink when I'm thirsty and enough food to eat when I'm hungry. Right now I have enough shelter to keep me warm, or it wouldn't be cold, but it would be cold.
It might be, because
it's not even hot. It is getting warmer. Right now I have enough beautiful plants in my backyard to feel connected to nature, and start in the areas where you do have enough, even if it's your basic human needs, and build from there. Okay, I don't have enough money. I know that. And I don't have maybe enough, whatever you don't have enough of, but leave that in order to connect to your present moment. Look at the areas where you do have enough. And if you have to get down to basics, I mean, having enough air to breathe is like pretty important. We think it's basic, but like that's huge. You know,
Yeah.
we don't think it enough, but that's a big thing to have, or enough water. When your basic needs are met, in order to say that you have enough of those, also reminds you that you're safe and that you're alive. And is that enough to get you into the next moment? And maybe in the next moment, answers will come to deal with your lack.
I'm going to now piggyback on you, and I want to bring it to your attention because I know it's a topic for you and for many other people.
La 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 la.
But that may be where you want to start, in the places that you have the most resistance as well. So you're thinking, I don't have enough money, but maybe you have enough to go to the store and pick up some bread and some milk, you know, and start with that. It's like, okay, you're maybe your not enoughness is thinking, I don't know if I can pay the bill that's coming 2 weeks from now, but that's you jumping ahead 2 weeks from now, because I happen to know in your case and in many other people's cases, it's like, today I have enough money to get
through the day. Yep.
To get through the day. Like, I have enough today. So let every day have at least enough for that day, because then the day that the bill comes, you might have already built up that momentum where all of a sudden you're like, I have enough. I feel supported today. Today I can pay this one bill. It's not a big bill, but I have enough for this bill, and I will gladly pay it because I have enough. Or, you know, I need to go to the store and we ran out of, you know, like Nutella, right? I have enough to buy Nutella for my kids.
Yep. I think that's a really good point. And I think that we can all, what I'd like to leave us with is that whether we choose this moment to believe it or not, what the bottom line is that whatever we're all feeling whatever areas of our lives we're feeling not enough, there is enough love from this universe, and always has been and always will be. And whether you feel it in this moment or not, you know, and whether you're looking for signs like us or not, the truth is it's there. It's there when we are ready to tap in.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That's a great end to this very long live.
Seriously, but it was well worth it. I think it was important.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm sure we'll talk about it again, because this is something that comes up all the time. But we also will never have enough subscribers to our channel. So if you're watching, feel free to contribute to, I mean, we have enough for now, but we would like more.
And like I said, recruit. So anybody you think could benefit from this information, please share Soul Seekers TV with them. Please share our YouTube page, our Facebook page, get them to subscribe, because this and many more videos, the video that's coming out Thursday, it's content that is really useful in managing your energy, your life, your happiness. And so share it with the world.
Yeah. So we'll see you Thursday at 11 o'clock on YouTube. On Soul Seekers TV. Well, youtube.com/Soul Seekers TV. That's our channel. Sign up, get notifications, and watch us on Thursday. And we'll be back for another live next week.
See you guys. Bye-bye. Happy week.